What's different about the way you feel, all over compared to the last time?
I am at currently the peak of my life. These are the greatest days of my life. I am the most healthy I've ever been. I'm the most focused I've ever been. I'm the strongest I've ever been, the most conditioned I've ever been. Everything is just phenomenal. Last year I went into the fight not nervous or didn't have any anxiety, but I didn't really know what I was doing. And like I said, there's an overwhelming confidence I feel this year that definitely going to see carried into the ring.
What about mentally? Are you sleeping? Are you the same around your friends? Are they saying, you're uncomfortable, you're horrible to be with? Like the sort of things that fighters get. You know the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
I'm sleeping more. I'm a little bit more unpleasant around the house. Like I have a shorter fuse.
We like that.
Yeah, it works for boxing. Like hitting people every day and getting hit in the face every day changes you. Like that changes your psyche. I think I've said this before, and I don't know if people are taking me seriously, but I'm not the YouTuber anymore. Even when I sit down in front of the camera and try to make videos now, I feel rusty because I've been training for the past 2 months every day, twice a day to box.
So this is the longest break in your adult life away from the other stuff?
I dabble here and there, and I'm always going to do YouTube. I'm a creator at heart, and I'll always do it. But it's so interesting to see and feel the shift of being funny guy content creator to animal pure war machine, which is what I feel like now. I walk in there and I look at the photos they took of me and I have abs, and this is a surprise to me. And my shoulders are light, my arms are light. I walk up the stairs.
Whose body is that?
I don't know. Literally that's what it feels like. And I walk up the stairs and just I don't know, just crushing everything beneath my feet. It's I gotta give myself a pat on the back. I'm proud of myself, dude.
When did you start feeling this different Logan Paul emerging?
I think it was 2 weeks ago. It always has been towards the end of camp where things kind of click, and I'd be sparring 10 rounds and I wasn't tired in the 10th round. We had to pull me out. There was no more sparring partner stuff. I went through 4 guys, and then the next day we did the same thing, and there just reached a point where I stopped getting tired, and I looked at Shannon, and we make eye contact, and we just kind of look at each other like this, what have we created? And it's a surprise to me as well. Because, like I said, I've never been in this type of shape, mentally and physically, in my life.
And you need to be in that shape to beat him. Will it be hard? Will it be hard? What I'm actually asking you to do here is actually say something nice about it. We need to be in good nick to beat him.
Yeah. We're not going to leave anything up to chance. There was not a single day where I didn't work as hard as I possibly could. I never missed a rep. I never stopped early. I never complained about anything. And so, obviously being in this type of shape will contribute towards the victory, because if you want me to say something nice about him, I've said this before, the man works hard and he's a dog. He works hard, join the club. That's the name of the game. So it reaches a point where it's not about who works harder, it's about what you're going to do with the work that you put in.
Now, what you've done over the last 10 weeks is wandering in my business, the boxing business. I've been around an awful long time, and I've been involved in some fights where there's been a lot of animosity between the boxers. And some of the stuff that you and KSI have said and exchanged, it's been brilliant. It's been brutal. It's been both honest, funny, and the stuff about your dog that wasn't funny.
That wasn't cool, man.
That wasn't. I agree.
Nah, I miss Kong a lot, and that was. I think he may have crossed the line, but I crossed some lines too. So all is fair in love and war.
When was the last time you had either a civil conversation with him, or perhaps a text exchange, or when was the last time? Or does that never happen, Logan?
So he doesn't respond to my DMs on Instagram. I send him nice things. I send him Betty Crocker ingredients because I want him to bake a cake and do something fun. He reads my messages, and actually he even stopped reading me on scene. I think I'm getting in his head. He doesn't want to look at my anymore. But wait, listen. I did say something nice to him yesterday in person.
What'd you say?
I said, hey, how you doing? He's like, good, man. And I was like, I like your haircut. And that was it. I like his haircut.
2 years ago, were you and him communicating? Were you in touch?
No. I met the kid once after the Super Bowl in Texas, and I knew he was some British YouTuber. And then when he called me out, he came back on my radar. To be honest, I sort of forgot he existed. He had a lapse of a year where he tried to do music and it wasn't great, and the music videos would get views and everyone just kind of forgot about KSI. And then he won that boxing fight, had a really big upswing on the internet, and so now he's back on the radar.
Looked to America, looked at a guy that was the same size as him, looked like me and that guy could do some business. That's what it seems like.
Smart kid, I gotta say, Thanks, bro.
The two of you are relentless, you're going, but at what point in that fight did you realise how serious the boxing business was? At what point in that first fight? Can you remember, if there was a point?
It wasn't that fight. It was, if I had realized how serious boxing was in my first fight, I think we would have done something wrong in training. I want to make it very clear, like, part of the reason that we were able to put on a good fight, my first time fighting with 3 months of boxing training, and the reason that this is going to be a good fight is because we both put in the work. Really, really hard work, proper training camps, 4 hours a day, 6 days a week, proper diets, proper sleep, proper rest, recovery. And when we spar, obviously we would train with athletes who would push us. And dude, sometimes I would go to practice and I'd get worked, I'd get kicked out of me. And it was a week before actually where I got worked in a sparring session, and I realized this is a very serious sport, except I'm a bit of a sicko because something activates in my mind when
To make you go for even harder, try even harder.
if you hit me hard, I'm gonna hit you harder. I don't know what it like. The moment a good shot connects with my face, if it happens, like I activate.
If you hadn't have got into the stuff, the business you got into, the YouTube, the creator, all of that stuff, if you hadn't have done that, if you'd have gone to college and you'd come out of college and done something, or maybe not gone to college, left after high school, is there a possibility that that Logan could have become a professional boxer anyway?
That's a great question. I don't think so. I did go to college for a year. I studied industrial and systems engineering. I'm a nerd. And if I had done engineering full time, I think I would have been inventing products or something, because it would have been a creative outlet. But I don't think I would have ever been doing combat sports. No.
Is this the start, the end, or is it a one-off fight, or are you genuinely thinking now, you know what, hey, let me see how this goes and maybe we'll do some more? I don't want to throw it too far forward, because I don't do that with other boxers, but I'm going to do that with you. I'm going to make an exception.
No, it's all good. Thank you. No, yeah, this is the first of many. I think it's unfortunate that I love this sport. Like I love the idea of beating the person up who's trying to beat me up. Yeah, so I'll be here for a minute.
And that's a good line, because one of the complaints from my colleagues of 30 years is, Steve, don't go and cover it. They're killing the sport, they're hurting the sport. And I say, no, hold on, give them a break. And you just said there you love the sport. That's admirable.
Absolutely. I wouldn't do a second fight if I didn't love the sport. Like I told you, dude, I'm a sicko. Like, I love the idea of beating up the person who's trying to beat me up. That is fun to me. That is amusing and challenging to me. And any challenge I can rise up to, let's do it.
Logan, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate you, bro.